This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pinnacle Bank Arena for this presentation of state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska. I'm Michael Shifley, joined by Andy Klassen. The third member of our team this morning is Chris Williams. We've made it to the second day. It's the semifinals, and needless to say, we're excited. The first matchup we have is Class C1. We're going to be here all day though. 6 games on News Channel Nebraska. We're carrying C1, B, and A semifinals. Our first matchup is Lincoln Christian against Mitchell, and it shapes up to be a fun one. Andy, this is a matchup we've seen 3 times now in the last 4 years in the state tournament. Lincoln Christian won each of the first 2. They're a stalwart here at the tournament, and now Mitchell trying to get some payback today.
That's right, third meeting in 3 years, and both have really good programs that they're building. Lincoln Christian got the better of Mitchell last 2 occasions. Mitchell looking for some payback. Might see a little bit of that revenge factor playing here this morning.
And we might see 2 of the best post players in all of girls high school basketball. Certainly of Class C1, it's Kiana Wilfred and Olivia Hollenbeck. What do you know about those 2, Andy?
Well, this is really going to be a little bit of a throwback game because we're going to have very strong post play, quick guards, and guards that can find those post players. And both of these ladies have a million different types of moves. They can go inside, they can go outside, spin moves. We're going to see a lot. Very strong post play here this morning.
The students are getting fired up. The band is playing. The players are here. We have state tournament basketball next on News Channel Nebraska.
Hey Nebraska, we make it easy. Anderson Auto Group.
At Anderson of Grand Island, we make it easy. Whether you're looking for a new or used car, parts, service, or collision repair, Anderson Auto Group in Grand Island has you covered. Proud to support the home team and all the local athletes. Best of luck this season. We're proud to be Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Anderson Auto Group.
I love working at USAVE because I really like working in a small town. I get a sense of community and I get to help the customers every day.
You get the brand recognition, but most of the USAVEs are independently owned, so you have a small town pharmacy environment where you do know your patients.
We take pride in serving our community.
I hope they know that we are trying our very best to deliver the best customer service at a fair and good price as well.
Trust your local USAVE pharmacy, part of the Health Mart family of pharmacies.
You are a Nebraska farmer. You defined tough. You pushed the limit. You gave it all you had. And when you got to the end of the field, you turned around and we were there behind you every step of the way. Our success is measured by our understanding of your farm. It is measured in your trust in us at Aurora Cooperative. Tougher together, Aurora and you.
Rejuvenate your outdoor living space this season with new 2019 patio furniture from Fireplace Stone and Patio. With an array of styles, colors, and sizes, you can find the perfect fit in our showroom. Add a customizable fire pit to your patio set and create the ultimate outdoor space for entertaining. With our stylish patio furniture and fire pits, we can design a space you'll enjoy for years to come. Now's the time to plan ahead. Visit Fireplace Stone and Patio for all your outdoor living needs.
Get diagnosed and treated online for a variety of common medical conditions with Faith Regional Physician Services virtual visit. It's easy to use and answer a series of questions related to how you are feeling and the symptoms you are experiencing, just like you would at a doctor's office. Next, your online interview will be sent to one of our local providers at Faith Regional Physician Services, who will then review your responses, create a treatment plan, and send a prescription to the pharmacy of your choice if needed. You'll receive a response by email or text message within 1 hour during clinic hours, or the next morning if submitted after hours. Cost is only $40. And if we can't treat you online, you won't be charged. No appointments, no waiting rooms. Get treated from wherever you are. Faith Regional Physician Services virtual visit. The right care, right here. Start your visit at frpsclinics.org.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Number 5, Lincoln Christian. Number 1, Mitchell, getting set to go in a Class C1 semifinal. Let's head to Chris Williams on the sidelines and hear our pregame report.
Well, first thing was first. I asked both coaches, how do you feel your team is doing this morning? And both said they're feeling loose, they're feeling confident. Mitchell head coach Sean Harvey said that unlike last year when he felt like they were a little too excited from their first round win, this year they were excited, but they knew they had more work to do. But the subject quickly turned to the subject we'll be talking about all game long, big against big. Kiana Wilfred against Olivia Hollenbeck. You've been hearing their names all day yesterday, both dominant, both over 6'2", both averaging over 16 points per game. So what do you do when you have someone that big defending you? Well, Lincoln Christian head coach said, we're still going to go through Olivia. On the other side, they said, well, we're still going to go through Kiana, but they think that the factor in this game might be the guard play. That might be what's in her hand. All I know is that I am pretty excited for how this game is going to go, and I think the Lincoln Christian student section, I think they're pretty excited too. So, Michael, Andy, let's go back to you guys and let's get this game started.
Well, it might be the morning, but they're ready to go here in Lincoln. Let's take a look at your 5 points of impact, brought to you by 5 Points Bank. Proud to support area coaches and athletes. 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Let's start with the keys for Lincoln Christian. Simply make free throws. Yesterday, just 7 for 14 from the free throw line. They didn't need it against West Point Beamer, but maybe against Mitchell they'll need to shoot better than 50%. They probably have the advantage in guard play, led by Allison Cordy, a tremendous athlete, so pressuring the basketball could lead to turnovers and transition opportunities for Christian.
You're exactly right, and when they kind of took control of that West Point Beamer game is when they got good on-ball pressure, turned them over, created some layups on the other end.
For Mitchell, they're looking for a second scorer. They found one yesterday in Annabelle Gillen, who finished with 11 points. Wilfred will get hers, but who will the second scorer be? Now, not really a three-point shooting team, but they made 3 threes in the first half yesterday to help build a 12-point lead into the break.
And that was huge for them to nurse that victory away against Columbus Lakeview yesterday. And you know that Lincoln Christian's going to pack it in inside, try and take away Wilford, so there's going to be some opportunities outside for the Lady Tigers.
Win the battle in the paint. That's the key for both teams. That's the matchup and likely the decisive factor. Kiana Wilfred against Olivia Hollenbeck. Junior against senior, 6'4" against 6'3".
You're spot on, Michael, and we talked about in the pregame, it's kind of a throwback where we got a 6-footer versus another 6-footer. Both teams are going to try and work through the post play, and they both have really good guards that can deliver it to the post players. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup this morning.
25-1 Mitchell, 18-8 Lincoln Christian. We're getting set for tip-off here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Our first game of 6 today on News Channel Nebraska. You can stay with us all day long to see all of the games from the big venue in Lincoln. Let's take a look at your starting lineups. First for Lincoln Christian, Barrett Power. What a performance yesterday. 16 rebounds for the junior. McKiley Ailes, the sophomore, getting the start. Allison Cordy, a dynamic guard. Macy Arnold also in the starting lineup. Then Olivia Hollenbeck down low, the star junior. On the Mitchell side of things, they begin with Annabelle Gillen in the starting lineup. She's a 4-year starter, 5'7" senior guard. Kenzie Kano had a big game yesterday. She's averaging just 4.5 points per game. Bethany Sturkle averages 6.5 per contest. She's in the starting lineup. Kiana Wilfred, 18.5 to go with 8.5 rebounds. And Ricky Ayala rounds out the starting lineup for Sean Harvey's Mitchell Tigers. Well, folks, it's time for basketball. And it's time to enjoy the game thanks to United Healthcare. Wilfred against Hollenbeck. Lincoln Christian against Mitchell. And it's even on the jump ball and winds up with Christian.
You already saw the feisty Cordy, that one guard, true point guard for Lincoln Christian, being active, getting her hands in there and taking that ball away.
She sets up the offense. Three-pointer for Hollenbeck, and she drains it. We talked about the battle in the post, but Hollenbeck steps out, drills the three, just her 5th three-pointer of the season.
Well, you know she can shoot it, and here goes Cordy doing what she does on the other end.
And it rolls in for Allison Cordy. What a start for the Crusaders.
Lining up in this 2-2-1 press, already causing problems for Mitchell.
Annabelle Gillen bringing the ball up the court for the team from Western Nebraska. They'll spot up and shoot a three. Bethany Sturkle can't connect. There for the misses, Macy Arnold, a 6-foot junior. Aside from Wilfred, nobody over 6 foot tall for Mitchell.
Yeah, and that's where getting position's really going to be key for the Lady Mitchell Tigers. They're going to have to be disciplined down in the paint. And what a turnaround. We're already seeing the full spectrum here from Hollenbeck.
Well, if you're a college scout thinking about Olivia Hollenbeck, she's a junior. Here's the matchup to watch, her against Wilfred, who's going to UNLV next season. Block number 1 for Hollenbeck.
That was really a gutsy performance yesterday against Columbus Lakeview. They did a lot of things to try and disturb Wilfred down low, and she just constantly found a way. It wasn't easy, but she got it done.
Inbounds play, designed, and one. Ricky Ayala didn't score yesterday. She's the first one to score today and heads to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play.
It's a real nice play design coming in off the inbounds play underneath the hoop there. Harvey dialed up a beauty there early on.
Allison Cordy, the guilty party. The free throw goes for Ayala.
Now Mitchell's going to elect to pick him up at half court here, not pressing. Sometimes they like to do that.
McKaylee Ailes dishes down low. The pass affected by Kano, but Christian able to maintain possession. A track star, a sprinter, Allison Cordy. After the double team, a kick out three, and Christian cannot miss at the start of the game. A three goes for Barrett Power, the second three in the first 3 minutes for Lincoln Christian.
And I think there's going to be more of those opportunities for Power and others. That dribble drive, all the attention to the post play. There's going to be some outside looks available. It's just going to be who can knock them down most consistently.
And the pressure causes more troubles. Another turnover from Mitchell.
Yeah, and Mitchell just really needs to get a
10-3 the score, a 7-point advantage for Lincoln Christian in the first handful of minutes. They're looking for Hollenbeck still down low. Instead, it's Cordy.
You know they like to run that man-to-man defense, but right now, Christian kind of having their way with it. Maybe get to a more zone look and try and help out.
And Hollenbeck wins the matchup one-on-one. 7 points for Olivia Hollenbeck.
And that's the help I'm talking about. Get a double team down there, take away that quick spin move.
She had a good game yesterday, finishing with 18, but it was a slow starting game. Kano with the floater, and after the shot hits the deck, able to loft that one over the defense.
Real good awareness there from Kano, realizing there needs to be another scoring option out there for Mitchell, as Christian's doing a real good job of double teaming Wilfred, not even allowing her to receive that ball from the guards.
I don't think she's had a touch on offense yet. Here she is defensively. Arnold averages 5.5 per game, dishes to Cordy. The layup isn't there, and there's the rebound for Wilfred.
Real nice play design there for Lincoln Christian, though. Played with some patience. Cordy just unable to get the lay-in.
Deflected pass, stays with Mitchell. Here's Wilfred down low against Hollenbeck, and she finds the bottom of the net.
What an adjustment. That looked like a block shot. She hung in the air, adjusted midway, and got it to go. That's why she's a D1 talent right there, Michael.
A premier matchup in our morning game. Hollenbeck and Wilfred going at it at the start of the contest. She does it again. Three-pointer number 2 for Hollenbeck.
Olivia Hollenbeck is absolutely on fire right now. And this is a new age post player where they like to stretch it out and shoot that three ball. And that really opens up some passing lanes later on in the game. All things going the way of the Lady Crusaders right now.
Don't touch Olivia Hollenbeck because you might spontaneously combust. There she's whistled for the foul. Wilfred was trying to drive against number 42 in white. Second team foul on the Crusaders.
And to piggyback off your comments there, it's fitting that they're wearing their home white uniforms because they are white hot right now.
Ayala cuts to the basket. She's not open until she kicks out to the three. It's just a long two, but Ayala providing some offense in the early part of this game for Mitchell, something she didn't do yesterday. We said, where's that second score?
Right.
And so far it's Ayala.
Ayala's doing a nice job at taking advantage of those shooting opportunities from the outside. Just needs to be consistent with it and not shy away from taking that shot. The Lady Tigers need it.
Cordy wants to get inside again. Here's the pass to Hollenbeck. She comes up empty for the first time.
And Gillen did a real nice job of getting position on the backside there, then going coast to coast and one.
Count it. Annabelle Gillen got the board, got the basket, and got the foul.
She did exactly what you want your off guard to do, your two guard. She got positioned down low on the backside. No one picked up ball or stopped ball, so she went all the way to the rack, got it to go. Today's officials are this morning's officials: Barry DeKay, Preston Foster, Matt Hager. Good group of guys, great officials. We had them yesterday. They called a fine game.
First time out of the game. Let's stay right here and tell you about our partners at Wayne State College, proud sponsors of high school state tournament basketball on News Channel Nebraska. The score on the Faith Regional Health Services scoreboard: Lincoln Christian 15, Mitchell 12. Christian got out to the hot start, but Mitchell has been resilient in the early part of this game.
They really have, pulling this one within three. They just hung in there and they did just enough and got just enough stops defensively. And they really started shoring up their rebounds, limiting those second shot opportunities of Lincoln Christian.
You can tweet us all throughout today. We will be active on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at NCN Sports on Twitter and Instagram. As always, use the hashtag NebPreps and join in on the conversation. It's been the Olivia Hollenbeck show so far offensively for Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, no surprise there. And I kind of feel like when Mitchell turned that corner and got things going, it was Kano drove the middle of the lane and hit that floater high off the back of the glass.
Driving to the basket and drawing a foul that time, Barrett Power. The whistle against Annabelle Gillen. We didn't get to tell you a moment ago, but that was the second foul against Allison Cordy last possession. So Cordy, who sets up the offense, a key defensive player, already with 2 fouls, and she'll take a quick seat on the bench. Sean Harvey on your screen in his first season after 2 years as an assistant coach at Mitchell, now taking the reins of a program, making its 7th trip to the state tournament.
And what a luxury to have so many players to be able to play so versatile. He subbed in Jenna Wiltfong, who's another 6'2" freshman for Lincoln Christian. So they got 3 players out there taller than 6 foot. You don't always see that in a women's C1 matchup.
Double team doesn't stop Kiana Wilfred. She saw it coming from the top side, pivoted around, throws it off of the window and down.
Does such a good job using her pivot foot, aware of where the defense, the double team's coming from, spins the other way, lays it in, and makes it look easy.
Arnold's, not that time, but the offensive rebound to Power. Did I mention she had 16 boards yesterday? She's only 5'8".
Just amazing, does such a good job with her fundamentals.
Strong take leads to points for Mikaylee Ailes, the second leading scorer for Lincoln Christian. Never really found her stroke yesterday, finished with 3 points, but gets going early here in the first quarter. Another steal, and it's Hollenbeck.
And Ailes is that true 2 guard. Plays off Cordy, sets up well, can shoot the ball. That's how she averages 9.9, 10 points per game. A lot of it coming from beyond the arc, but you just saw it there. She has the capability of driving it through the lane and getting to the rim.
Triple team on Hollenbeck. They get it back to her. Now passing out of the situation down low. And it forces a turnover. Mitchell making adjustments defensively. They force that giveaway.
Well, early on, Christian was kind of playing that motion offense and sending some picks and rolls. And then they would also, when you left the passer would spot up and they were knocking down shots. Mitchell did a good job making an adjustment and staying with those guards on the outside.
But a costly travel called against Ayala, turnover number 4 on the Tigers.
And Christian has a sneaky good press. How many turnovers have they already created here? 4 or 5 early on. And you talked about in the 5 points of impact. that on-ball pressure was a key for the Lady Crusaders here this morning.
They force over 10 steals per game. That's a block from behind by Ayala. Christian gets it back, but it's swiped free. Jessica Codens coming away with it.
Codens doing a real nice job just sticking with that play, not giving up on it, and gathering that loose ball. Big possession here for Mitchell.
Mitchell, or rather Wilfred against Hollenbeck, blocked once. The second time, it's a foul.
Just relentless. Wilfred never gives up on a play. She gets position down low, uses her body so well. That was coming off of a block. She was still able to gather herself and gather that ball and go right back up.
First free throw for Wilfred finds the bottom of the nylon, and Andy, an early storyline in this ball game. Foul trouble for Lincoln Christian. 2 on Cordy, has her on the bench, and now Olivia Hollenbeck has 2 fouls.
Yeah, so it's going to be decision time here. Are you going to sub out Hollenbeck, who's just on fire from the outside, and she's also filling it up from the inside as well? It
10
looks like
early points, but 2 first-quarter fouls for Hollenbeck.
And then Cordy really takes away some of that on-ball pressure we were talking about with her speed.
Hollenbeck can't get it that time. Under 5 seconds for Mitchell. Kenzie Kano to half court. Doesn't get the shot up.
Oh.
It wouldn't have counted had it gone, but it was close. And an entertaining first quarter. The score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard, Lincoln Christian 19, Mitchell 15. More basketball next on NCN.
College can be a big expense, but Wayne State makes it easier. As a first-generation student, looking at different colleges, you have to look at the price tag. Wayne State really offers you that affordability, but at the same time, Wayne State education is really sought after by employers across the state. So it's a really great chance to get a great degree, but still come out of it with little to no debt.
Wayne State College. Get started at explorewaynesstatecollege.com.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen. The third member of our morning crew is Chris Williams. We're here all day, and let's focus on this first game because it's been really fun so far. 19-14 after 1 quarter.
Yeah, Mitchell did a real nice job of just hanging in there. Lincoln Christian was on fire early on. They're just filling it up from the outside, beyond the arc, and then also working it inside. Everything was clicking for him. Credit Mitchell for making some adjustments and getting themselves back in this game.
Tapped out of bounds by McKiley Ailes. Lots of deflections early on for Christian. Kiana Wilfred was open at the top of the key there. I thought she would try to rival Olivia Hollenbeck, who's hit 2 threes so far, but no, she was wise and didn't pull the trigger.
And I appreciate that about Wilfred, is she knows her game, she knows her strong suits, and she's going to play towards that.
But the defense collapses. A combination of Macy Arnold and Alexis Johnson corral Wilfred, and the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover number 5 on the Tigers.
Yeah, heads up, quick double team there from the Lady Crusaders, churning over the Lady Tigers once again.
But it's given right back to Mitchell. Kenzie Kano, the spark plug of this Tigers team, leads with energy and initiates the offense. Had 2 critical first half 3-pointers to build Mitchell's lead against Lakeview yesterday. The entry pass and the foul. Again, 2 defenders collapsing on Wilfred. She's able to draw another slap to the arm.
See, and I really like that play design right there from head coach Sean Harvey. He works the ball around again, gets it down to his post players, his strong suit. Nothing fancy about it, just effective.
And Wilfred hits on the first free throw. I liked his comments yesterday, Sean Harvey. He said, it might look unorthodox in our entry passes sometimes, but our plan is to just throw it up there because we know Kiana's going to come down with it.
It's kind of like an NFL reference where you have that 6'5" wide receiver, just throw it up, let those players make plays. That's exactly what the Mitchell Tigers do with Kiana Wilfred down low.
dare we say, the Rob Gronkowski of Mitchell Tiger basketball?
Why not? I'm on board.
Alexis Johnson gets the 2 for the Crusaders, their lead at 4 points. It was briefly a one-possession game, which is as close as Mitchell had been since the early moments. Lots of contact on the ball screen. It affected the dribble of Kano, and she dribbles it out of bounds.
Yeah, Kano took on a little bit of contact there and kind of lost her handle on the ball. Didn't want to get a carrying call, so kept her hand on top of it. And unfortunately, if you're a Tiger fan, dribbled it out of bounds.
To the bench heads Macy Arnold, heads over to the trainer. A bit of a bloody nose, and I bet that came in that collision with the screen, which wasn't a foul. It's just a hard screen.
Exactly.
It affected both the ball handler and the defensive player.
No, strong play, legal play, but they're going to get a towel out here and try and wipe it up. Something of note here, Cordy checks back into the game. Let's see if she's going to stay aggressive or they're going to back her off a little bit. That's not really her strong suit or what she wants to do as far as playing the backside of that 2-2-1 press. She likes to play up front, that all on-ball pressure. Let's see where they place her.
Well, you see Nick Orduna at the middle of that huddle. 10th season as head coach for Lincoln Christian. He played there himself before heading to Nebraska Westland for a good career as the point guard for the Prairie Wolves. He's built a tremendous program, and really it's always been a tremendous program at Lincoln Christian, especially on the girls' side. This team, though, faced some adversity early on in the season. They were 11-8 midway through the year. Now they've won 7 straight, and it's not like they won that 7 straight against bad competition. 5 out of the 7 have winning records. They've won 9 of their last 11.
No, and we had the opportunity to call one of their games earlier this year, and they really just hung in there, and then pulled it off at the end. And to speak to your point, I really like his starting 5. Orduna does a real good job of getting guard play and then post play and complements one another. Kind of a, you talked about in the pregame, kind of a throwback starting lineup where you got a true post player and you got true point guards, shooting guards, and I'll tell you what, that traditional lineup works for a reason. They complement one another.
Well, this Lincoln Christian team beat Mitchell last season in the 3rd place game. The final score of that contest, 56-34. It was Mitchell's 2nd loss of the season is all. Lincoln Christian collecting that victory in the 3rd place game, but they lost a lot from that team. You look at Chloe Dworak, who had 30 points against Mitchell in the 3rd place game last year. She's at Creighton now. They also lost Olivia Hollenbeck's older sister, Emmy Hollenbeck, and there's not a single senior on this Lincoln Christian roster. Nick Orduna was calling them pups earlier on in the season, but they're not pups anymore.
They truly are not pups anymore, and it has a if you're a Lincoln Christian fan, you have a lot to look forward to, a lot of excitement around this Lady Crusader program right now, and with good reason. They're back in Lincoln, maybe a year ahead of schedule, but hey, if you're a Christian fan, you'll take it.
Well, they're continuing to mop up the floor here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, this excellent NSAA staff. As they finish things off, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with more basketball after this on News Channel Nebraska.
At Columbus Motor Company, they're proud to be the first car dealer to bring the best price philosophy to Columbus. Columbus Motor Company has always believed that when buying a new vehicle, the customer shopping experience should come first. No hype, no gimmicks, just consistent quality service every time you shop. And don't forget, Columbus Motor Company is the only dealership that offers a 5-day, 30-day policy. Stop by for the President's Day sales event going on now, or shop online at columbusmotorcompanyne.com. Columbus Motor Company. One low price, plain and simple, always.
When it comes to crop insurance, what matters to you? Experience, timeliness after a claim, accurate estimates on crop loss? Midwest Bank Agency agents Josh Gossman and Michael Keister can provide those services to your farming operation. If it is time to consider a new crop insurance option, call Midwest Bank Agency or check them out at MidwestBank.com today. Midwest Bank Agency, part of Midwest Bank, where service builds relationships.
Oh, the banana suit. I like that. Everyone's in the tropical theme. I guess banana fits with that.
Why not? I guess a little bit of a Hawaiian theme for Lincoln Christian, and if you can bring those warm vibes to Nebraska any which way, I'll welcome it, because I'm getting kind of tired of this 14, 15 degree weather every time I get up and go to work.
I'm not sure it was 15 degrees yet this morning. Well, Michael Shively, Andy Klassen, and Chris Williams with you. A delay to clean up some blood that had splattered on the courts, and now we're back in action. And a turnover forced by Mitchell, who's grabbed some momentum at the start of the second quarter.
Wilford playing with great anticipation. She really is a great defender of that rim, that time knocking away the entry pass.
The long two pull-up jumper not there for Gillen this time, and the rebound goes to Alexis Johnson. Allison Cordy playing with 2 fouls. Olivia Hollenbeck on the bench for Christian with 2 fouls. Got a deflection there, did Mitchell's Jaden Kano. So where will the second score be? Barrett Power has 5, and she has the basketball, or rather that's Makaylee Ailes. Here's Power with it. And a long 3. Wilfred cleans up the miss. A 10 of the 21 coming from the shooting stroke of Olivia Hollenbeck for Lincoln Christian. Gillen didn't get it last time, gets it this time off of the backboard.
Real nice drive cutting across the lane, left to right, going up with her right arm, using her left arm as a little bit of a bar arm there, shielding away the defense. Nice lay-in, nice move.
Running a weave offense, they feed down low. Johnson kicks out. No need for the double team without Hollenbeck in there. They trust Wilfred one-on-one, who had 7 blocks yesterday.
Yeah. And that was a great point you just made there, Michael. Mitchell much more comfortable staying their man-to-man defense.
Oh, that spun out, hit the backboard, and spun back in. Brielle Power hits it.
And that outside shot continues to be available for Christian.
Their lead back to 5. Mitchell's cut it to 1 possession a couple times this quarter and hasn't been able to tie it up or take the lead. Gillen for 3, short. But Wilfred's there for the rebounds and the putback. Kiana Wilfred nearing double figures. She's already at 9 points.
That was a real nice possession if you're a Mitchell fan. You had the dribble drive, the kick out, a good look from the outside. It didn't go. That's all right. Wilfred's there to mop it up and lay it in with the offensive board.
Jaden Kano defensively, number 4 in black, has had deflections in 3 straight possessions against Allison Cordy. That's tough to do. The young sophomore playing fine defense.
Yeah, we talk about the speed and the quickness of Cordy. How about Kano? The younger understudy, if you will, the 2 guard. Looks like she's going to be a true point guard when she gets her crack at the starting lineup.
Ailes dishes the shot for Power. Barrett Power, 7 points in the first half.
These 2 Power girls are really on right now, feeling it. Not only from beyond the arc, but that mid-range jumper as well. I think that hit nothing but nylon.
Jordan Kano doesn't get it. Wilfred gets the rebound, but double dribbles. She forgot she had thrown it to the ground, and she's looking at her teammates saying, where's the help? After I got that board, I had no outlet.
Right, when she came down with that board and her momentum took her away from the rim, she was looking back for a cutter. That's where the Lady Tigers got to be aware. You're talking about that second score. Someone's got to cut to the rim because there was a lane there.
7 turnovers from Mitchell, and when you mention that stat, they might be fortunate to be down 5. Team that gives it away 13.5 times per game. Ailes. Ball rotation for Christian. Leads to an open look. It's short from Power, and the rebound to Kano.
Defense holds, but Christian got the look they were wanting. They'll take that open 3 ball every single time. Cordy did a nice job with the kick out.
Wilfred with a lane to the basket, and that's all she needs to get 2.
Yeah, real nice move there, a little hesitation. Wiltfong had no idea if she was going to go left, right. She went straight up and laid it in.
Mitchell faithful behind us, getting into it. The foul goes against Jaden Kano, just the second team foul on the Tigers compared to 5 for Lincoln Christian. Those 5 team fouls have left Olivia Hollenbeck on the bench, but Allison Cordy doing a good job avoiding getting a cheap third foul. She's been playing most of the second quarter.
Yeah, she's playing very smart basketball. You'd expect that from your starting point guard if you're a Christian fan by this point in the season. And if you're a Mitchell fan, you can live with that last foul from Kano. You talked about the aggressiveness she plays with, going for another steal. Every once in a while, you're going to pick up one of those fouls.
Driving the baseline, Power going against Wilfred, who alters the shot, and a tie-up between Kano and Power. Stays with Lincoln Christian.
Wilfred did an excellent job there getting all ball and then backing away from the play, not taking on any contact. That was a heads-up play from number 15.
They find a cutting Cordy, and the shot's blocked. Kiana Wilfred, her first swat of the game.
The human eraser, Wilfred with another backside help with a swat. Cordy had the drive.
She blocks 3 shots a game, does Wilfred. The three-pointer, Bethany Sturkle, her first points of the state tournament, and it comes from the right wing downtown.
Right on time, exactly what the Tigers wanted and needed. Ties things up at 26.
And off of the hands of a surprised Alexis Johnson, gives it back to Mitchell. Their chance to take their first lead.
And you can just kind of feel that momentum shift from Christian to Mitchell right now. The Mitchell Tiger fan base getting loud and rowdy here behind us.
A senior-laden bunch. All seniors in the starting lineup for Mitchell compared to this Christian team, which doesn't have a senior.
Yeah, and that really served them well early on when Lincoln Christian just came out on fire, got up early by 8, 9, 10 points. Mitchell hung in there, made some adjustments, got some consecutive stops on defense, then started generating some offense as well.
Wilfred leading the way with 11, and she has the ball now. Hangs in the air to get the shot up. Her second one's off target, and the rebound goes to Johnson. I think they are putting extra emphasis on getting the ball to Wilfred with Hollenbeck on the bench.
They really are taking advantage of this opportunity with Olivia, like you said, on the bench right now, getting a breather.
The throw is too high for Ailes. Power and Ailes didn't have the connection, and the turnovers mounting for the Crusaders too. That's 6.
They had the right idea. They want to drive it and kick it out to their shooters. Just the pass. Little out of line.
Do you hold for the final shot here if you're Mitchell?
I take the first good look I get. I'm not concerned about time right now.
Rocket pass inside. Too tight of a spiral for Gillen. So 15 seconds for the Crusaders. In trouble a little bit. They hand it off to Ailes. Ailes, short. The putback, short as well. This would count, and it doesn't. 3 point-blank looks for Lincoln Christian, and they can't get it to fall before the halftime buzzer. We have a tie game, all knotted up at 26 apiece between Lincoln Christian and Mitchell. The halftime show comes up after this on NCN.
The cattle business, the cattle industry, is the largest industry in the state of Nebraska. The University of Nebraska system feeds on that both through their development of students, development of personnel that end up, moving into this industry, becoming a major player in it, and also the economic impact that brings, and the research that these institutions do to support it. You just don't have one segment without all the rest of it, and the University of Nebraska is at the central portion of that.
I think it's very important for patients to have access to great health care, but on top of it, be close to home. Specifically with my cancer patients, they go through a lot. That diagnosis is very overwhelming in itself and has an impact not only on them, but on their families as well.
And I also think it's important that the quality of care they're receiving is equal to what they would receive at a larger institution. So I think it's incredible that we can provide that for them right here.
I think that the expansion is necessary for the community because the hospital is very forward-thinking and they're trying to expand to different specialties.
Dr. Norris and I are fairly new, but we've already become very busy and we're kind of limited by the constraints of our space that we have currently.
As they add more people, of course, we need more room to accommodate that, and we want every patient to experience the best care. Strong faith,
healthy future.
5 Points Bank's new Lincoln branch is located at 30th and Yankee Hill. We invite you to bank with the better bank. 5 Points Bank provides the best in banking products and services, with the state's leading bank technology making your banking better. 5 Points Bank is committed to providing the best lending for all your banking needs, from personal to commercial lending, helping you or your business grow.
I'm Mike Anderson of Anderson Ford of Lincoln, and we've banked with 5 Points Bank now for over 30 years. They've really helped us grow here in Lincoln. 5 Points Bank is the better bank.
It's time for a reality check. You don't have to drive far to buy a Toyota or a Honda. Go to Cornhusker in Grand Island, the only dual Toyota Honda dealer in the state. We offer performance, comfort, and fuel efficiency in a beautiful, affordable package, new and pre-owned, right here. And service after the sale? Well, it just makes more sense to maintain your new vehicle close to home. That's the reality at Cornhusker Toyota Honda, Grand Island.
Taking control of your grain marketing means having enough storage on your farm to maximize profits. Have you considered adding storage to your operation? Talk to the pros at D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer in Plymouth, about the options you have to make your grain handling more effective and more profitable. If grain storage or grain handling is a problem, D&K Agri-Sales is the solution. Bins, legs, towers, conveyors, elevators, dryers, augers, parts, and maintenance. Call D&K Agri-Sales, your Sukup dealer, for your grain marketing solutions today. Online at dnkagrisales.com.
Hi there, how can we help you?
I was wondering, if my check engine light's on, what does that mean?
Well, let's find out.
T.O. Haas, Tire and Auto, a tradition of trust.
Our goal here at Faith Regional is to be the regional referral center, and in fact only 25% of the patients that we see in our clinic in gastroenterology, they are coming from Norfolk, with the other 75% of patients, they are coming from the surrounding area. So this is our mission, is to be the referral center for Northeast Nebraska. I totally agree that this is time for us to expand to a medical offices building that is convenient for patients, where they will be able to have all subspecialties available for them in the same building. At the same time, we will be able to have the surgery center there and lab, so it will be very convenient for patients to have everything done in the same building, and I do think their practice will just get busier. Strong faith, healthy future.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Michael Shively, Andy Klassen, and Chris Williams with you for the morning game of our slate of action today. 6 contests at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're bringing all of them to you on News Channel Nebraska. Our first time at the state tournament, carrying games live on TV, and as we understand it, the first time ever that these games have been live on television. Well, the band is getting warmed up, and the players didn't take long to warm up. 19-15 after one quarter. The score in the Faith Regional Health Services scoreboard at halftime, 26 all. Let's take a peek at the bracket and what this means in Class C1. Lincoln Christian took care of business against West Point Beamer. Mitchell in a close one over Lakeview. They're doing battle now on the other side, the next game, and it's an all-Wahoo semifinal.
Yeah, no surprises there on the other side of the bracket with the 2-3 matchup, all chalk. Had a little bit of fun yesterday. That was a battle between Lakeview and Mitchell. Very entertaining game. And yeah, Lincoln Christian did exactly what they needed to do against West Point Beamer. They established the post early on and went back to it continuously to get that 11-point victory.
And maybe our best game of the day yesterday at the Devaney Center, it was Bishop Neumann against North Bend Central. Bishop Neumann had a double-digit lead in the second half. North Bend took the lead in the final minutes. It took a Bishop Neumann three-pointer with 6 seconds left on the clock to send it to overtime. They took care of business there to make it an all-Wahoo semifinal.
Yeah, it was really just an amazing comeback from North Bend. You didn't really see it coming, kind of came out of nowhere. They just kept grinding and grinding away, hung in there. They actually had the lead. Bishop Neumann really needed that, like you said, spectacular shot from the outside to get the game to overtime, where they were able to kind of regroup and get that 4-point victory.
Well, let's focus back on the game at hand, a 26-26 contest. And these teams did it a little bit differently. Olivia Hollenbeck from downtown, one of her 2 threes in the first half. She had just 5 threes on this season, or rather only 4 threes on the season entering today. She has 10 points at halftime. Barrett Power contributed 7, 2 for Ailes, 2 for Cordy, 2 for Johnson off the bench, and Brielle Power had a 3-pointer. So 4 threes from Christian.
Right.
That's what has them tied.
And I got to believe that was a little bit of scouting from head coach Nick Orduna, just realizing what Mitchell is going to try and do as far as packing inside. He knows that Olivia Hollenbeck can shoot it from the outside, went right to it on that first possession, and she hit nothing but nylon from the top of the key.
For the Mitchell Tigers, they're led by Kiana Wilfred, who had an impressive first half, finished with 11 points. Ricky Ayala with 5, same for Annabelle Gillen. 3 for Bethany Starkle and 2 for Kenzie Kano. So all 5 starters for Mitchell in the scorebook right now, but it's Wilfred who's been the star.
Yeah, and I really appreciate what head coach Sean Harvey does as far as a head coach, where he just plays to the strengths of his teams. Really sets his players up well to have success out on the court. Doesn't try to get out and do anything fancy, just goes right to the post play and plays through Wilford. And it's got him to all things knotted up here after taking on a barrage of points from Lincoln Christian early on.
Just 2 team fouls on Mitchell, 1 on Gillen, 1 on Kano, so no concerns there if you're a Tigers fan. For Lincoln Christian, not a lot of team fouls, but 2 on Cordy and 2 on Hollenbeck.
Right.
Cordy played most of the second quarter and didn't get that third whistle. Hollenbeck sat out. How critical is it that each of them avoids that third foul in the third quarter?
Well, it's going to be huge, especially down the stretch, but that's kind of the calling card of Lincoln Christian. They love to play that 2-2-1 press. It puts those 2 players in a lot of fouling situations, if you will. As Cordy's trying to put a lot of on-ball pressure up and down the court. If Mitchell breaks that press, it usually puts Hollenbeck in a real tough position as far as taking on usually a 2-on-1 type scenario at the rim.
We're tied up at 26. Number 1 Mitchell, number 5 Lincoln Christian. The winner heads to the state championship game. We have the second half action next on News Channel Nebraska.
On a big hair Friday.
Norfolk Auto Center is now offering a lifetime powertrain warranty when you purchase a new Chevy, Buick, or GMC. This warranty covers the basic powertrain like engine, transmission, transfer case, all-wheel drive assembly, and drivetrain assembly. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage at no cost to you. Just one more reason to buy your next new vehicle at Norfolk Auto Center, Northeast Nebraska's volume leader. Visit them on the West Highway 275 bypass or online at NorfolkChevy.com. Norfolk Auto Center, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Early mornings, late nights, emotionally, physically, mentally tougher. Generations of trust, innovation, and hard work done side by side. The decisions you make for your land and livestock have a direct impact on your operation, the region, and the world. That is why we're there when you need us anytime, every time. We both have one chance, one season, one mission. Tougher together. Aurora and you.
Family. Somewhere you're always welcome. Honesty. Staying true to who you are. Integrity. Saying what you mean, doing what you say. Defining what's important. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
I love working at USAVE because I really like working in a small town. I get a sense of community and I get to help the customers every day.
You get the brand recognition, but most of the U-Saves are independently owned, so you have a small town pharmacy environment where you do know your patients.
We take pride in serving our community.
I hope they know that we are trying our very best to deliver the best customer service at a fair and good price as well.
Trust your local U-Save pharmacy, part of the Health Mart family of pharmacies.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. Michael Shifley and Andy Klassen with you. We'll hear from Chris Williams in a moment. It's tied at 26 in the Class C1 semifinal, the first of 6 games at PBA today. Knotted up between the Crusaders and the Tigers. Let's hear what the coaches had to say at halftime. Here's Chris Williams on the sideline.
We're tied at 26. Welcome back. Third quarter about to start here in a tied ball game. I talked to Lincoln Christian head coach, and he said he's proud of the way his team played with Hollenbeck in foul trouble, but he's hoping she doesn't get deeper into trouble. It's about to start back there. The court's taken. Andy, Michael, let's get back to action.
Thank you, Chris. And that key point, Hollenbeck's foul trouble. She's out there to start, so is Cordy, each of them with 2. Will they get their third? I imagine Mitchell will be trying to go down low right away to draw that foul on Hollenbeck.
Head coach Orduna might want to try and hide him a little bit in that press if they elect to go with that full court pressure.
Lofted down low to Wilfred. She's blocked from behind. How about that rejection for Haley DeWitt?
And that's how important DeWitt is on that backside help when they're trying to contain Wilfred.
Now they get it inside to Hollenbeck. 10 first half points, most of them in the first quarter. Couldn't hit, neither can Cordy. High off of the window again, and a foul. That's number 3 against Cordy. And it came on an over the back.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot for your 5'6" guard to get a foul, trying for an offensive rebound.
Yeah, I love the effort from Cordy, but she's got to be aware of the foul situation, how important she is to her squad.
Trying inside for Wilfred again, but Hollenbeck saw it coming the whole way. And now Cordy in transition. Nearly dribbled it out of bounds, now tries to throw it back out, and Gillen picks it off.
A little bit of back and forth right now. Both offenses really trying to find or refine themselves, get into a little bit of a flow of the game here.
Three ball up for Ayala. Back iron. A fast pace to start, but no points in the first 90 seconds. DeWitt lines up. And the rebound to the smallest player, Kano. Nobody until the last seconds on Bethany Starkle. And trying to blaze in and affect the shot was Barrett Power. She's called for the foul.
Starkle did a real nice job realizing where the defense was at. We saw her knock down a big-time 3 in the first half, spot up for another one. The late help from Power. She did commit the foul. Good decision-making there, taking the shot. Bethany Starkle from the outside.
Starkle, the senior guard who didn't score yesterday, averages just over 6 per game. 1 for 2 on her first couple tries at the line. Starkle, a 69% shooter on the season entering today. That goes 2 for 3.
I was going to say, so you're telling me she's going to make the third one?
The numbers say 2 out of 3, and that's exactly what she does, and it gives Mitchell their first lead of the game. 3 ball, the answer not there that time for Ailes.
Real nice play design that time for Christian. Mitchell really dodged a bullet as Lincoln Christian had a nice look.
Good recovery by Ailes to get back on defense and prevent a transition opportunity. Gillen blazes to the basket, and there's another whistle. Guess who? This time Hollenbeck. So the 2 key players we said couldn't get that third foul, each of them whistled for it in the first 2 minutes of the quarter.
And that was a heck of a play design there from Sean Harvey. A little bit out of transition there. Gillen doing a nice job of reading the double screen from Wilfred as she just cleared a path for Annabelle Gillian getting to the rim.
And she makes both free throws up to 7 points. She's had a fine tournament so far. averaged just 6.7 per game, had 11 yesterday, 7 so far today, and it leads to a timeout for Nick Orduna. He wants to talk things over with his Crusaders as Mitchell scores the first 4 points of the half to take a 4-point lead on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
Sportsmanship is respecting everyone involved within an activity for the sake of consideration and enjoyment.
Having great respect for officials and cheering on your team in a good manner is a great way to show sportsmanship in your school.
Sportsmanship is having class, showing pride, and being kind on and off the field.
Respecting teams and officials is very essential for every aspect of sportsmanship.
This game brought to you in part by Wayne State College, a proud sponsor of State Tournament High School Hoops on News Channel Nebraska. Well, it was Annabelle Gillen getting the most recent points. Gillen coming on lately, I guess, probably for Tigers fans. No surprise that she's playing good basketball. A 4-year starter. Earlier this season had 17 against Scotts Bluff. And lately she's been playing her best basketball. Now in her last 7 games, she's averaging 9.5 points, 3 straight games in double figures, and having another good performance this morning.
Real nice secondary scoring option for the Tigers. And she's that true 2-guard. Loves to spot up and shoot the ball, but you just saw it there. She's really good at driving the basketball as well. Well-rounded player for the Mitchell Tigers.
Sturkle nearly forced a turnover. Power had to tiptoe the half-court line. There's Kano collapsing down low with help defense to bat it out of bounds.
I tell you what, Kano's doing a real nice job with that help defense on Hollenbeck. We've already seen her record 2 rebounds on the backside of the rim there, and then she sags on defense to get the double team.
DeWitt, a reserve player. We'll check that. Macy Arnold changing jersey numbers.
I think there's a little bit of blood on the jersey.
So not Haley DeWitt, it's Macy Arnold out there wearing number 40.
Right, when that double team's setting up on Hollenbeck, that's going to open up opportunities for others.
Wilfred can't get her first shot attempt of the half. Hollenbeck picks up the miss, and Arnold to initiate the offense. Wide open at the top of the key, Makaylee Ailes misses. Arnold gets it to go back in.
Macy
and Arnold with 4 straight.
Yeah, really doing a nice job establishing herself down in the paint, taking some pressure off Hollenbeck with those 2 fouls.
And Gillen streaks right to the hoop. She knew she had Cordy on her side, and Cordy cannot foul, so she takes it right to the rack.
That's the second occasion. Once in the first half, Gillen realized no one was stopping ball. She went all the way to the rack. She did it again.
Sturkle's been all over Cordy to start this half.
Yeah, we talked about the on-ball pressure from Lincoln Christian, how that's one of their calling cards. How about the Lady Tigers here to open up the third quarter?
But Barrett Power has the answer from the right wing, and she's into double figures with 10.
Great answer, takes the lead back for Lincoln Christian.
We're going back and forth, Andy. Some offense in the third quarter. Gillen gets another basket.
And Gillen's really found something here, working around the rim. A lot of times she'll spot up and shoot the ball, doing a good job of driving the basketball down low.
Sturkle's had a hand on the basketball nearly every possession this half. She'll get a turnover one of those times. Against Wilfred, not happening for Hollenbeck, trying to keep it alive. Christian winds up with it, but they throw it right to Wilfred.
And that was a triple team that Hollenbeck faced at the tail end of that play. Mitchell well aware of where Lincoln Christian's trying to work the ball.
What a matchup between the top seed and the number 5 seed. Fun game to start our day. Wilfred, the defense is winning the battle between the trees here in the second half. Nobody stopping Cordy. She dishes. And Wilfred swats it out of bounds. Look out, she's coming for you.
How athletic, what a play for Wilfred. I mean, Cordy did everything you want a guard to do. She forced the issue, drew the defense to her, dished. Ailes went straight up with the ball, but the speed and athleticism from Wilfred allowed her to get over there and record another block.
Hollenbeck, no on the first try. Power goes back up and can't hit it the second time. We see why Wilfred's going to be a UNLV running rebel next season.
And Condit did a nice job of getting position down low to get that second rebound, limiting the shot opportunities for Christian. As you know, they love to work those offensive boards.
Absolutely. Now Wilfred driving inside. Contact, no whistle, and it's out of bounds. Will stay with the Tigers.
I'll tell you what, that was a big no call because that would have been the third foul on Hollenbeck. There was a little bit of contact there. Wilfred altered her shot at the tail end. That was one of those either or calls.
Would have been the fourth foul on Wilfred, who's showing some signs of fatigue, and she heads to the bench to catch her breath for a quick moment.
Yeah, so I don't mind the no call in that situation.
Inbounds pass to Kano. Kano against Cordy, seeing if she has some post moves. Now they back it back out. Where's the offense going to come from without Wilfred? Gillen's been the answer this half. And dishes, but no basket for Kotan. Now Cordy against Kano. And the defense wins.
Disciplined recovery defense there from Kano, going straight up, not coming down with her arms. That would have been an easy foul call for the official. Kano playing it straight up.
Training staff checking on Wilfred on the sideline and maybe giving a timeout to let her catch her breath and insert her back in. A timeout called by Sean Harvey and the Tigers. Mitchell owns a 1-point advantage on the Faith Regional Health Services scoreboard. We'll be back with more after this.
I do love Wayne State College. It feels like home. I don't feel like I'm out of place. It's not too big, it's not too small. Campus is big enough that I'm still meeting new people. I'm still learning about new faces and names, but I'm always seeing people that I can wave and say hi to. It's the best fit for me. When I visited the campus back in my senior year of high school, this is where I knew I wanted to go right away. When I got in that car and I was driving home, I told my parents, this is where I'm going and I don't need to look anywhere else.
Wayne State College. Get started at explorewaynesstatecollege.com.
The Mitchell. The Mitchell Tigers owning a 1-point advantage, 34-33 on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Michael Shively and Andy Klassen with you. Sean Harvey patrolling the sidelines in his first season with the Mitchell Tigers. This is their third straight year at the state tournament. They earned their first win last season. It was a victory over Pierce in the first round, and now they've made it to the semis again, but they want to change their fortunes and make the program's first appearance in the state championship game.
Right, and we talk about how this is the third time down here in Lincoln they've matched up against Christian in some manner here. Last year for that third place Constellation game, falling to Christian. Maybe a little bit of that revenge factor playing in to the mindset of the Mitchell Lady Tigers here this morning.
Well, out of the timeout, turnover keeps the basketball with Mitchell. Wilfred still on the sideline, cheering her team on. The backdoor cut erased by Cordy, and a scrap for the basketball is a foul called on Sturkle.
And Sturkle had a real nice cut. It looked like she had a half step, but the speed of Cordy came into play once again. That pass has got to be pinpoint, leading the offense to the rim. Otherwise, Cordy has the speed to catch up to it and knock it away.
Arnold will bring the ball up the court after Mitchell denied the pass to the point guard. Hollenbeck getting a rest as well. The two star post players in foul trouble or just plain tired. Cordy throws it right to McKiley, or check that, right to Ansley Hessler. 10th turnover for the Crusaders, each team with 10 turnovers.
And Hessler was playing with great anticipation from the defensive side.
Gillen barreling to the hoop, and a foul called on the rebound attempt. Will give the Tigers the basketball underneath their own hoop.
Gillen's just being fearless here in the third quarter, taking the ball to the rim up against a triple team, then actually getting that offensive board and drawing the foul.
The Tigers struggling to inbound the basketball. Now a fight for it. Sturkle on the ground. So is Alexis Johnson. And a foul called on Mitchell.
Little disappointment there from Gillen, showing some emotion. Thought she had a clean steal. Officials seeing it the other way.
Second foul called on Gillen. Nobody in imminent foul trouble for Mitchell. Under 10 seconds to play. Arnold dishes and a block. Gillen got her hand on it. A one-armed heave comes up short at the buzzer from Kenzie Kano, and a one-point game entering the fourth quarter. We have a doozy here in the first game of the day. You won't want to miss this final 8 minutes on News Channel Nebraska.
At Columbus Motor Company, they're proud to be the first car dealer to bring the best price philosophy to Columbus. Columbus Motor Company has always believed that when buying a new vehicle, the customer shopping experience should come first. No hype, no gimmicks, just consistent quality service every time you shop. And don't forget, Columbus Motor Company is the only dealership that offers a 5-day, 30-day policy. Stop by for the President's Day sales event going on now, or shop online at columbusmotorcompanyne.com. Columbus Motor Company, one low price, plain and simple, always.
You manage the farm, Midwest Bank Agency will manage the risk. Crop insurance gives you the peace of mind knowing that you will be able to stay in business should the unexpected happen. And Midwest Bank Agency agents Josh Gossman and Michael Keister have the experience, technology, and the crop insurance products you need when the unexpected does happen. If it is time to consider a new crop insurance provider, contact them today by calling your local Midwest Bank or check them out online at midwestbank.com.
The Lincoln Christian faithful trying to cheer their Crusaders back. They trail by 1 against top-seeded Mitchell in the Class C1 semifinal. Michael Shifley, Andy Klassen, and Chris Williams with you courtside at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Our second day of live television coverage of the Girls State Basketball Tournament. We'll stay here all day, and we'll be back next week for the boys' game. Driving left side, Barrett Power gets to the hoop and gets it to crawl over the rim and fall.
Power did a nice job with the hang time there. She was measuring up the defense, a little adjustment midair, then had just enough power on it to get it to go.
The lead back in the hands of the Crusaders. Mitchell had owned the second half of the third quarter. Offensive rebound, Gillen short on it. And the rebound winds up with Arnold, as Hollenbeck and Wilfred were tied up with each other.
Arnold doing a real nice job working those boards, leads all rebounders right now with 5.
Down low to Hollenbeck, the defense collapses and she can't hit. A jump ball called on the rebound. McKiley Ailes combating with Jaden Kano, and it goes to the Tigers.
And Kano, the 5'3 sophomore, does a real nice job of staying active. She's matched up right now on Allison Cordy, making things very difficult for the point guard of Lincoln Christian.
Well, Andy, we played one quarter this half and no points from either Wilfred or Hollenbeck. They were both in double figures after the first half, neutralized in the third quarter.
That really speaks volumes to the amount of coaching going on both sidelines, making some adjustments and really shutting down the strong suit of the opposition.
Over 16 per game for Hollenbeck, 18.5 for Wilfred, who's trying to inbound. Gets it to Gillen, who's made up the other scoring this half. Goes up with it and draws number 4. Hollenbeck knew it. She's grimacing.
And that has a lot to do with it as well. In that third period, Hollenbeck was on the bench for quite a while. His head coach, Nick Orduno, was trying to protect his post player for a fourth quarter run.
Gillen had been perfect at the line so far, 3 for 3. Misses the first try there. Certainly got her hands on the arms there. Gillen to get the tie, sinks it. She has 12 points.
And you can just kind of feel the buildup throughout the gymnasium here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena. Both sides a little anxious right now.
Gillen getting a breather. In for her is Ayala. A switch. The mismatch. Hollenbeck, second try, foul on Wilfred. They switched on the pick and roll and knew right away to get it down to the girl down low.
Hollenbeck did a real nice job with the quick trigger, but then also sticking with the play, getting that offensive board and put back, drawing the foul.
Hollenbeck, a 72% free throw shooter. Drains the first. Class C1 honorable mention last season. We might see her name on the first team line this year.
Yeah, I think so.
Hits the pair.
I believe that's only the first foul, though, on Wilfred.
You are correct.
Amazing what she's been able to do as far as really posting up down low and not recording many fouls.
Steal for Christian. To the lane and to the line. Heads Allison Cordy, the foul against Ayala.
Ayala really had to foul there or give up a free look to Cordy, and once again the speed comes into play for the quick point guard.
Cordy, just 2 points today, but calmly hits the first. Allison Cordy, just her 10th made free throw of the season, a 30% free throw shooter.
That might come into play down the stretch. That's a good point, Michael.
But she looked on target in those.
Yeah, you might have to throw the scouting report away after looking at those 2 free throw attempts.
A 4-point lead for Lincoln Christian. They haven't owned a 2-possession lead since early in the third quarter. Dribbling down the left sideline, Gillen able to draw another foul. This one on Arnold, her first. That's the 6th on Lincoln Christian, so the next foul the Crusaders commit will put Mitchell at the line for 1-on-1.
And Gillen really picked up the slack, if you will, offensively in that third period when Lincoln Christian really bottled up Wilfred down low.
They're looking for Gillen. She tries to get it inside to Wilfred, instead kicks out. Kano, the hesitation, the elbow jumper's not there. But out of bounds on the Crusaders, Mitchell gets another try.
And that was a real nice offensive possession. Real nice look from Mitchell. Kind of got Christian out of position there with the ball fake.
Gillen, stuffed. The putback, no for Codance. And then a foul on the Tigers.
Yeah, Cotant just really needs to take her time down low there. I mean, you gotta be aware where the defense is. You want to go up strong, you want to go up quick, but you don't want to rush your shot. I think that may have been the case here.
It wound up right in her hands. I'm not sure she was quite ready. Instinct to put it right up, didn't quite gather herself. Mitchell just 1 point this quarter so far. Wilfred swats it away from the cutting Cordy.
And that was excellent defense shown right there from the Lady Tigers. They shifted to the double team. The shift continued with Wilfred coming across the lane, nearly getting a steal.
Hollenbeck now having to respect her presence on the wing after hitting a couple of threes early on. Barrett Power. And a rebound for Cordy. They get another try. Power is the second time the charm. Not quite. But Cordy again scrapping for the board and a tie-up.
Yeah, Cordy just doing a little bit of everything right now for Lincoln Christian. 3 rebounds, 2 huge free throws here in the fourth quarter. A couple things she's not really known for, but she's just aware of what her team needs, and she's making plays.
2 times from the same spot, the opposite block. 5'6" junior scrapping for the boards, and it earns an extra possession for Lincoln Christian.
Thought you were talking about the 2 free throws. I'm like, they shoot free throws from the same spot every time, Michael.
They do? A patient offensive possession for Lincoln Christian. Cordy takes it to the hole, and Wilfred cleans it up. 3 tries for Lincoln Christian, no points.
Give Wilfred her 5th rebound of the contest.
And she wants it set up on the right side. Star post and directing the offense from down low. She wants the ball. She's calling for it this whole possession.
Yeah,
Can Gillen get it to him?
Both teams have really stayed in that man-to-man defense, not switching it up too much. Electing to stick with it and try and man up the offense.
Well, Gillen has become the primary option offensively for Mitchell. She's at 12 points, 7 of them this quarter, and she just drew foul number 4 on Allison Cordy.
And
it's the free throw, too.
And if you're looking for any positives there from Lincoln Christian, Cordy left no doubt. That lay-in was not going out. If you're going to foul, foul strong.
She hits each of them. 14 for Gillen, 3 away from her season high. And it's back to a 2-point game. The cutting power got Wilfred off balance, but couldn't hit from the block.
And I think Wilfred might have got just a little bit of that ball.
However, with 3 blocks. Gillen, hesitation. Hollenbeck races.
Wow. Now you're seeing what strong post play can really do for your defense. Even with that penetration, you still got, like you call it, the eraser down low to clean things up.
Nick Orduno wants a timeout. There's 3 minutes and 18 seconds left, and it's a 1-possession game on the Faith Regional Health Services scoreboard. Fourth quarter action continues after the break.
It's more than an education, it's more than a career. It's our future, and building a better Nebraska starts with supporting a strong university. One Nebraska Coalition's goal is for Nebraskans to recognize the importance of the university system and ensuring that it has the resources to remain excellent and affordable. The University of Nebraska is playing a role in production agriculture, rural health care, and youth development to improve the lives of Nebraskans. You can help keep the University of Nebraska strong. Log on to one-nebraska.org today and join the One Nebraska Coalition.
Now it's time for the Protect the House defensive play of the game, brought to you by J-Tech Construction. It's 39-37, Lincoln Christian owning the advantage. Let's take a look of the defensive play of the game. And it's Wilfred altering shots. She gets her hand on that Cordy attempt. Now let's see Cordy once more. Dishing, and the absolute monster rejection. That went all the way to the Lincoln Christian bench and got Wilfred and the Tigers fired up.
It really did. A lot of momentum was gained from that defensive play from Wilfred. You know, we've been talking about Kiana Wilfred quite a bit this morning, but that's with good reason. Even if she's not filling up the cup and scoring a lot of points, she's still affecting the game in a big way this morning with that strong defensive play and those 2 blocks you just saw right there.
For 50% off window installation and 0 interest financing, contact J-Tech Construction. Slim lead for the 5th-seeded Crusaders, trying to make it 3 wins against Mitchell in the state tournament in the last 4 years. But cutting Cordy can't quite handle the basketball, and they'll reset. Mitchell has 5 team fouls, so still 1 to give. 3 ball for Ailes. Short. The over-the-head heave winds up with the Tigers. Gillen down the left sideline. Penetrates, tries to find Wilfred. Fortunate that Mitchell keeps the basketball.
Yeah, very fortunate. I like the idea and the aggressiveness from Gillen. Looking for the trailer. Just kind of got out ahead of the rest of her team on that occasion.
No points for Kiana Wilfred this half. Gillen's been the scorer. Where do the Tigers go with it? They look confused about the play. Looking to help on the sideline. Sean Harvey says, go down low, Kiana.
Well, it's a little bit of a matchup zone here. Throwing a curveball at Mitchell, and it works to a T as they cause a turnover. A little bit of a different look offensively, kind of a zone, but with that on-ball pressure, a confusing look. Works for the turnover for Lincoln Christian.
Sean Harvey didn't like what he saw that possession and calls timeout. With 2 minutes left in the game, we'll take another break on News Channel Nebraska.
The medical field has rapidly evolved. It used to be one doctor was capable of taking care of everything. But now, over decades, we become more and more specialized, and that there is literally somebody like myself that's a hand surgeon, and then there's the next person that's a cataract surgeon. And by specializing, we become very good at our specific areas, and it's best for our patients, it's best for our communities to have people that are focused on specific problems. It's not to say that generalists don't serve a great purpose. They do. They're the keystone of medicine, but no longer are we in an era where one doctor is capable of understanding everything from the brain to the toes and from an infant to an elderly. You need people that are specialized, and that's what Faith Regional is transitioning into, is bringing in these specialties, becoming a regional referral center. In order to do that, we need a community that's willing to support this mission, and for us it involves a new medical office building to provide office space for them. Strong faith, healthy future.
2 minutes and 9 seconds left on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard, and Lincoln Christian has a 2-point lead over Mitchell. They can't find an inbounds pass against the full court pressure of Mitchell, and now Nick Orduna wants timeout to talk things over.
You saw how valuable and what a well-called timeout that was for Sean Harvey, allowing him to set up that full court pressure, forcing Lincoln Christian to burn a timeout with just over 2 minutes left here.
Now Mitchell calls themselves a half-court team. Their game plan, loft it down low and see what happens. They do some pressure, but is this changing their philosophy some, going with the full-court press?
Of course it is, and they're going to try and generate a turnover off this full-court press, and once that ball gets across half line, if they don't get that takeaway, they may look to foul early here and get Lincoln Christian to the line.
And they're back in the full court pressure. Cordy is the primary ball handler for Lincoln Christian.
And even though it's full court pressure, it really looks like a man-to-man look.
They get it inside to Power, and Power brings it up the court. One foul to give for Mitchell, with 2 minutes remaining. Playing defense straight up at this point.
Christian playing very disciplined offense too right now.
Cordy was looking for the dish to Hollenbeck. Wilfred wisely stayed with her.
And they've had a couple opportunities to let it fly from the outside. They've elected to just bleed some time here. Discipline, offense being shown from Christian.
They ran over 30 seconds off the clock, and then Coach Harvey says, attack. Gillen does, nearly had a steal, called for the foul. That's number 6, so the next will put Lincoln Christian in the 1-on-1. They find Cordy, who takes it to the rack, throws it up, and a late whistle goes against Mitchell. And Cordy heading to the charity stripe.
Tough break if you're a Mitchell fan. You thought Cordy kind of got out of place. They're coming off a real nice screen, but really had to heave up a shot as the help defense converged on the wayward layup attempt.
Wilfred called for it. The free throw not good for Cordy. Again, just a 30% shooter, but she sunk her first 2 with ease. The lefty. Nothing but net on that attempt. It stays a one-possession game, but the lead up to 3.
How about Christian coming out in their full court press here?
Mitchell, not a three-point shooting team, just 27% from beyond the arc, and they only take 23% of their shots from long range. They like to get it down low. And Gillen, trying to get underneath the hoop and pass to a cutting teammate, stepped on the out-of-bounds line, and a costly turnover.
And the play was there. She just ran out of court.
Another chance at the line to stretch the lead for Lincoln Christian. Kenzie Kano slapped at Ailes, so Ailes goes to the line.
Now you see another substitution. Zayala checks back into the game. A little offense-defense substitutions right now for Sean Harvey. Situational basketball as things wrap up here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Can't hit the front end. And Mitchell still alive with 60 seconds left. And timeout called by Coach Harvey.
Good timeout.
We'll keep it here at News Channel Nebraska and remind you that we have more games coming up today. Andy, you're staying with us for this next contest, and it's staying in Class 1. Bishop Neumann against Wahoo. The winner of this game gets the winner of that one.
Boy, that's going to be a lot of fun. Both teams really like to push the ball. Up-tempo game, we talked about it, how they really like to get up and down the court in a hurry. And it's kind of like a controlled chaos because you don't see too many turnovers. A lot of times you see these teams that like to run and gun. Well, they throw a lot of wayward passes. You see a lot of turnovers. Not necessarily the case with those two teams coming out of Wahoo.
The town of Wahoo going to be emptied out. No place to go get brunch this morning in Saunders County. They're over here in Lincoln. The Lincoln Christian fans showing out in force. And hundreds of miles away, we've had a lot of folks from Mitchell come out as well from the Panhandle and represent their Tigers.
Really have. It's just been an electric atmosphere from the get-go here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena as we get to host and broadcast the first game of the day.
Christian fans getting into it. Their team up 3, but it's Mitchell basketball with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. What's the strategy for the Tigers?
Well, you mentioned that Mitchell doesn't shoot the ball very much from the outside. That might set up well to kind of surprise Lincoln Christian as we saw them shoot the ball. Some long jump shots with success. I would not be surprised if they go for the tie here.
Gillen. Now Sturkle with it. No easy entry pass shown for Wilfred. Kano.
Things are a little congested right now for Mitchell. Their spacing's not looking too good.
Off of the screen, Kano pulls the trigger, and a strong rebound for Barrett Power. They're not fouling right away, looking for a steal. And timeout by Lincoln Christian. They wanted to avoid a 10-second call.
Orduna with an excellent timeout there from the sideline. A lot of people don't agree with that the coach can call the timeout from the sideline to kind of bail out their team. Great awareness from Nick Orduna calling that timeout, and it looked like they might have got a turnover if they didn't get the 10-second call anyway. 26
seconds left in a 3-point game. Mitchell going for the steal right away, then you need to foul right after.
Right. Yeah, force them to get the ball across the half-court line. As soon as that happens, you got to foul and hope that they do not hit free throws, which they haven't necessarily been hitting those free throws here down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
Lincoln Christian, a 62% free throw shooting team. They were just 7 for 14 from the line yesterday, and it's still just the bonus. It'll be a 1-and-1 try if they foul. And there's the foul on Wilfred, her third. It will put Olivia Hollenbeck at the free throw line. Hollenbeck, the best free throw shooter on the Crusaders roster at 72%, and she made 2 easily earlier today.
Yeah, a little surprised by that, but right now time's the biggest factor, so not upset with the idea to just foul right away and get it over with and get them to the line.
To make it a 2-possession game. It rattles in for Hollenbeck and the Crusaders.
Hollenbeck with the shooter's roll on that occasion. That was a big-time free throw at a big moment.
Gets them both. Olivia Hollenbeck doesn't need a field goal in the second half. All of her points at the line. Now Kano can't get it in bounds. They find Wilfred. Mitchell need points in a hurry. Kano launches up a wild 3, and it goes!
Wow, now you got to foul quick or replay what you just saw.
Jordan Kano. Wow, or Kenzie Kano, pardon me. Kenzie Kano. Holy cow. And they foul Hollenbeck again.
Well, she took a shot similar to that on the previous possession, and it almost went down, going right back to it, shooting with a lot of confidence, in motion, nothing but nylon. What a shot.
Shooting 2, Hollenbeck. Gets the friendly roll again. This next one, the critical free throw.
It really is. With just over 9 seconds left, that's time to work the ball up the court and get a good look. Set.
She makes them both. Olivia Hollenbeck, perfect at the line down the stretch.
Wow, clutch play from so many great players here this morning.
Gillen gets the roll, but time expires. And Lincoln Christian returning to the state championship game. The Crusaders come away with a close win over Mitchell.
This game really lived up to the hype, everything we talked about in the pregame. We talked about how it was going to be a battle of the posts. It really was in the first half. Great adjustments made at the break from both coaching staffs, kind of shut down or contained the opposition. And then we saw secondary scores really come to the forefront and come through with really high-flying colors for Lincoln Christian. What a game.
And hugs next to the bench for the team in white jerseys. A hard-earned win. Falling behind in the second half, they climb back for the W. The final score on the Faith Regional Health Services scoreboard, Lincoln Christian 44, Mitchell 42. We'll be back with our post-game interviews after this.
Norfolk Auto Center is now offering a lifetime powertrain warranty when you purchase a new Chevy, Buick, or GMC. This warranty covers the basic powertrain like engine, transmission, transfer case, all-wheel drive assembly, and drivetrain assembly. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage at no cost to you. Just one more reason to buy your next new vehicle at Norfolk Auto Center, Northeast Nebraska's volume leader. Visit them on the West Highway 275 bypass or online at norfolkchevy.com. Norfolk Auto Center, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Have you ever wondered what's behind the doors of Valley Vet Fashion Direct in Marysville? See, this isn't just a vet supply store. They carry a large selection of all kinds of boots, work, fashion, or casual, for all ages. Make sure you check out the sales selection to steal a deal. Perfect your look with their variety of jeans, shirts, and accessories. And if you can't find your size in the store, chances are they have it in their huge warehouse. Valley Vet Fashion Direct on Highway 36 in Marysville. Open 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. The final score, Lincoln Christian 44, Mitchell 42, and the Crusaders going back to the state title game. Let's head courtside with Chris Williams.
You were a freshman on the team. Good. We are here with our winning coach, Nick Orduna from Lincoln Christian. We also have our player of the game right here on my right, Barrett Power. We'll start with you, Coach. Okay. So the game was tight all the way through to the end. What do you feel like your team was able to do to finish it out and to win by 2?
Right. We talked all year about doing the little things. And so a free throw, a talk on a switch, it's all those little things that was going to come down to. And we did it. Made some free throws, big free throws. It was a great battle back and forth. We were in a little bit of trouble with Liv and foul trouble, but we weathered that storm. And we've been in these situations before, and so the girls are ready to thrive on the pressure.
And how did you weather that storm? How did the game plan change when you realized Hollenbeck was in foul trouble?
We just had to hope that our bench could help us and keep it close. Otherwise, I was going to have to sub her back in and then go from there. But our bench did an excellent job tonight of keeping it close, and so we could rest her, but also keep her out of foul trouble.
And so you're getting back to the state title. 2 years ago, you won it. How is this team different from that team, and how are you approaching it as a new year and a new championship?
Yeah, this team, they have an identity of themselves. They've grown so much from the beginning of the year to where we're at now. And I credit our tough schedule and our great conference, Centennial Conference, because we make each other better every night, and it prepares us for games like this. And so that's what it comes down to. So.
Awesome, Coach. Well, congratulations and good luck in the game tomorrow. Now moving over here to our player of the game, Barrett Power. Now, with Hollenbeck getting in foul trouble early, how did your mindset change, and how did you start to feel like you needed to take more control of the game?
With Liv out of the game, it's tough because she's our go-to, but we had a lot of other players step up and do big things. I thought we had poise as a team throughout the whole game, and that you really saw that down the stretch.
Okay, and then 2 years ago, we just mentioned you guys won state. You were a freshman on that team. How is it different going there as a junior, going there as a leader on the team?
Yeah, it's kind of special. My freshman year, my sister was a senior, so we won it with her. And then this year, I have another sister who's a freshman. So to get to do it with both of them is really special. the team that won a couple years ago had a lot of experience, and we obviously didn't have that going into this year, but we've had girls step up and play huge roles, and so we're excited.
And that was actually going to be my next question. How important is it for you to be able to give your little sister that experience that your other sister gave you?
Yeah, super important. It was so fun my freshman year. Those memories are some of my favorites, and I want to do that for her too.
Well, congratulations on a great game, and good luck in the state championship tomorrow. Michael, back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Christian. Thank you to Coach Orduna for taking time for our Tio Haas coach's interview and giving some good insights into what got that one done and what it will take to get it done tomorrow. And that was our Dream It, Do It player of the game, Barrett Power, brought to you by Dream It, Do It. Let your skills pay the bills. Check them out at dreamitdoit.com. Barrett Power finishes with 12 points, and she was a monster on the glass and defensively as well.
She really was. You know, you heard Coach Orduna talking about the little things. No one did more little things for their team than Barrett Power. Those 5 rebounds were key, very pivotal. A lot of, I think 2 or 3 of those were offensive boards, gave them second shot opportunities, and the game came down to the wire. She also picked up the scoring there in the second half when they had to look up other opportunities with Hollenbeck on the bench in foul trouble. What a performance from Barrett Power.
And the final score, 44-42. The Crusaders heading back to the ship. We'll have your top plays when we come back after this break on News Channel Nebraska.
5 Points Bank provides the best in customer service, banking products, and technology.
The 5 Points Bank mobile banking app was designed to be safe with the best functionality. Easy to deposit checks, pay bills, check balances, and transfer funds right from your mobile device. Even manage your debit card, keeping you safe and in control. You'll love the mobile app.
5 Points Bank, the better bank, is proud of being a national leader in bank technology, making your banking more accessible, easier, and safer.
Anderson of Grand Island, we make it easy. Whether you're looking for a new or used car, parts, service, or collision repair, Anderson Auto Group in Grand Island has you covered. Proud to support the home team and all the local athletes. Best of luck this season. We're proud to be Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
I love working at USAVE because I really like working in a small town. I get a sense of community and I get to help the customers every day.
You get the brand recognition, but most of the USAVEs are independently owned, so you have a small town pharmacy environment where you do know your patients.
We take pride in serving our community.
I hope they know that we are trying our very best to deliver the best customer service at a fair and good price as well.
Trust your local USAVE pharmacy, part of the Health Mart family of pharmacies.
Welcome back on News Channel Nebraska. We're at Pinnacle Bank Arena for 6 games today. The first one in the books, and it was a classic. Lincoln Christian wins by 2 over Mitchell to go back to the Class C1 championship. Let's take a look at your top plays from our first game of the day. Lincoln Christian and Mitchell meeting in the Class C1 semifinal. This is the 3rd time these teams have played in the state tournament in the last 4 seasons. Lincoln Christian won the first 2. Who will win this one? Well, if Olivia Hollenbeck has anything to say about it, it'll be the Crusaders. She hits the 3-pointer. Then Allison Cordy with the steal and the lay-in, and Lincoln Christian smoldering hot to start this game. Mitchell wasn't going away. They dish on the inbounds pass, and it's finished by Ricky Ayala, who had 5 points in the first half to keep her team in it. It was 19-15 after 1 quarter of play, thanks to Olivia Hollenbeck. There's 3-pointer number 2, just her 6th made 3 of the season. Kiana Wilfred goes back to work down low, the UNLV signee. 11 first half points, but Annabelle Gillen would be the leading scorer. She gets the basket there. Another 3-point try for Lincoln Christian rolls home. They had 4 threes in the first half. Tremendous first half. Both teams really doing great battle. Wilfred gets that deuce to go. And then the 3-pointer cashed by Bethany Sturkle. Mitchell still clawing back into it. Annabelle Gillen gets the 2 at halftime. A tie game, all knotted up at 26, and Wilfred gets a rejection to grab momentum in the 3rd quarter. We head to the 4th with Mitchell trailing. They're down 5. They needed that big 3 from Kano to get back into it. but eventually Olivia Hollenbeck goes 4 for 4 down the stretch from the free throw line, and Christian escapes with a 2-point win, going back to the state title game for the second time in 3 seasons. Well, that will do it for us at the first game. A bunch of fun, and we can only hope the rest of the games live up to the first.
Yeah, what a way to start the day off. That game really lived up to the hype, back and forth. We knew we had some exceptional playmakers on both sides, and man, did they come through for a stellar performance down here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Congratulations to the Crusaders for making the Class C1 title game, and congratulations to the Mitchell Tigers on another excellent season. They'll be playing in the 3rd place game tomorrow. Up next, it's the battle for supremacy in Wahoo. Wahoo Public against Bishop Newman. Alex Loroff and Andy Klassen, along with Chris Williams, will have the call next. We'll be back with that in a moment on News Channel Nebraska.